Hi, I'm sorry, I'm trying to upload the link for the stream, kind of attach it to my post on Tumblr that I just made, and it looks like it might be slightly more complicated than I hoped for, but I will be fine, because I'm always fine. So if the two persons that are watching me currently can wait a second, it would be lovely. Don't expect any nudity since it's YouTube, and it's not really the point of the stream right now. It's more just to have some fun and get to know you all a little bit better. Hey, we have 4 now. Hello. As I said, I will get to the cooking in a second. I just want to inform the rest of the community where they can find me. And 2 people left. I am not entirely sure if my mic is working properly. There are always some problems with it. But let's hope that it will be fine eventually. Let's just say that my microphone is very moody. So, yeah. I think it might have been a bit too early for the US community. Like, apparently it's like 9 a.m. So, in theory, I guess I should be making breakfast, maybe. To be honest, the time when I'm making breakfast is like, I don't know, 4 a.m. for you or 3 a.m. So I guess it would be a even worse idea. Okay, well, I have no idea if it's working properly. I swear I hate Tumblr interface. You guys are lucky that the community is so amazing. At least used to be. It's such a pity it all crumbled down. So yeah, it will be just me bubbling about stuff. So please don't mind me. You don't have to be here. As I said, it will be boring. I really don't know why I did that. I guess it's more like, I don't know. I'm trying out different ways to make you guys happy, something like that. And apparently one of those ways is getting a live stream. Unfortunately, I will be leaving this kitchen somewhere next month. So yeah, it's a pity. I have no idea how the next kitchen I will have will be looking. So yeah, hopefully it will be at least a little bit nice. The whole moving thing is really complicated and really straining on me. I shouldn't really be playing with sharp knives at my state of mind currently, but a girl got teeth. Especially a Feedee. So what I will be making today is what I call a farmer's pot. It's basically a stew with our traditional Polish sausage, with potatoes and onion. I should also add red bell pepper, but I don't have it currently, so it will be just that. And a bunch of spices. So I shall start with the sausage, or as we call it here, kiełbasa. whoever is watching this, you can really ask me to do anything. We have a private. Okay, now is no one watching it. Lovely. Yeah, I think the mic is still a little bit quiet. Sorry, I am being quiet. For some reason, I am not entirely sure if I can see everyone who's watching this. So I have no idea. I've never streamed live before, so never mind. I did put up some music, I guess, if it's just me. But I assume if anyone happens to be here, you'd rather listen to me than to my playlist, since my playlist is available somewhere in the deep depths in my Tumblr blog. So, oh God, I hate my life. It's fine. So yeah. Sorry, my kitchen is a mess. Although to be honest, it's not really a mess. I've cleaned up. So I wouldn't say it's usually worse, but it's usually a little bit worse. So, as I said, don't mind me. You can ask me anything, by the way. I will be setting up a OnlyFans account. To be honest, it's already set up. A friend of mine is helping me with that. Okay, I just got a notice that the link I provided isn't working. So maybe that's the reason why this whole thing isn't working. Let me. Don't worry, I'm not laying down on my food. Just laying down on my cutting board, which is fine. Sorry about that. Honestly, I'm just really confused about all of this. I swear, if there was any other alternative to Tumblr, I swear I would change it immediately, but I really just couldn't feel as much at home anywhere else. Like I've tried Twitter, I've tried what was that? I've tried YouTube, I've tried Pornhub, but it's just not the same. I could try other alternatives, like I don't know, BDSMLR, I guess that's how it was called. To be honest, I don't really know how to use Reddit in those terms. I only use it as a meme research for my job, because you might know that my job is social media, and one of the pages I take care of actually allows me to use memes in the communication. So I only use Reddit to look at memes. I don't really get how communities work on Reddit, but from what I know, I don't really think that's what I'm looking for. Like, creating a community is lovely, but to be honest, I kind of want to have a wider range of an audience, let's say. So to put it shortly, I don't really know how to promote myself on Reddit. That's the thing. I would really have to find some other models who have communities there and maybe get inspired by them. Although, to be honest, as I said, I am not really sure if it would be working. Okay. I am terribly sorry, but there is a shit ton of stuff happening on my Facebook right now. Yeah. As I said, it's a real pity that Tumblr crashed. It's Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like all the problems of the world started back then. I literally, especially lately, I felt like the world is just ending. Like the whole breakup things, the burning of the Notre Dame Cathedral. I swear it felt like I just fallen into a black hole and fallen into an alternate universe when nothing goes right. To be honest, I feel like this still, uh, but also, hi Nick. It's good to see you here finally. Hopefully. Yeah, I will be fine. I will crawl out of this black hole and get back to my regular universe where not absolutely everything is going to shit, hopefully. And I am going to start that with, unfortunately, losing some weight. That's why I am meal prepping, because I also have to really look out for my budget. In theory, I should have a lot of savings, but at the same time, I am in a lot of debt because my ex made me take a lot of loans. Like in total, it's like 60,000 zlotys. So divided by 3, it gives you 20,000 US dollars. And I have to pay 1,000 and 1,200 zlotys per month. Okay, I'm burning the oil. I shouldn't be talking while cooking. I have no idea why I decided to do that. It's a bad idea. Fortunately, my cats aren't here, so they're not stealing the sausage. Oh my god. So yeah, basically my life is a mess now, and I want to meal prep because it gives me some sort of. I lost the word. I forgot what I want to say. Never mind. It gives me a foundation, I guess. Like I have no idea where will I be living in the next month. I have no idea will I still have my job by the end of the month. But I will know that I will have something for dinner. So that's nice. Yeah, control is also a good word for that. To be honest, lately, like for the past month, I guess, English has become my primary language because, as you probably don't know, but I have absolutely no friends in Poland, at least. So the only friends that I actually have are, to be honest, coming from the Tumblr community. I know it sounds weird that my only friends are the people that met me because of my news and basically because of the fact that I'm doing porn, kind of soft porn, I guess. But yeah, that's true. And since it's all the Tumblr community, I've lately been only speaking English. And as you've seen yesterday, I think I posted that. As you've seen yesterday, I've been to Scotland lately. So yeah, I find it more and more difficult to speak in Polish actually, which kind of freaks me out. Like I am absolutely terrified that eventually I will forget my own language and my heritage and my culture, and it will be just a mess. What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? It was just another miserable day for me when I was going to sleep alone in bed, my bed. Well, I guess my cats accompanied me, so that was nice. But yesterday I posted a picture of my bruised breasts, let's say. And yeah, it was just a little post saying that I've since now I'm single, I can have a little bit of fun. So I visited a friend in Scotland. It was crazy because the tickets were 500 zlotys. Usually they are much cheaper. They are around 200. Currently, I have absolutely no money on my savings account. But to be honest, it was worth it because if I didn't do that, you probably wouldn't see me here now. I was basically getting ready to call the ambulance and tell them that on this address I will hang myself in 5 minutes. Please come, don't rescue me, harvest my organs, so that someone else might have a use of my miserable existence. So yeah, that's what happened yesterday. Along with a lot of flat problems, like as I said, I have no idea where will I be living in the next month. And it's stressing me out so awfully. I've had a few flats that I liked, but they're all gone now. And it's just really uncertain, especially that I am, yeah. I have 2 cats, as you know. And it's really hard to find a place that would accept them. To be honest, my current owner doesn't know that I have cats, so I am also a little bit stressed out that he will feed them when he comes to pick up the apartment from me. That's why I'm trying to ask my sister if she can hold them for me for a little bit. But yeah, it's really just a mess. I had such a perfect flat found, but the agent isn't calling me back from it, so it's probably already taken. But it had this amazing bed that was like 2 meters by 2 meters wide and tall, and it was really amazing. It was like I could see all the amazing porn videos that I would make in that bed, but it's gone now, most probably. So I'm just looking for the next best thing, and to be honest, it's really hard. So yeah, it's been a wild couple of months, and as I said, since I am currently in a lot of money troubles, I will be starting the OnlyFans account. I know that I said that my content will never be paid, but to be honest, I always thought that I will just be a happy wifey, and we were supposed to have our first son in 2 years, and we were supposed to build a house in a year. So let's just say that life changed a little bit, and yes, I am, as you can see, I am posting on Tumblr more often than I used to. And I'm intending to keep that, even though Tumblr is not making it easy for me or anyone of us. But yeah, I will try because I really love the community, and even though you might think it's shallow or inappropriate, I can't speak English. Even if you might think that it's shallow and wrong, I really enjoy showing myself this way. And since now I am free, I will have more freedom to do that. Like, for example, he never allowed me to do live cams, like chatterbait things. And I really love that. So hopefully you will be able to see me there as well, eventually. But yeah, I will basically be trying to do the same thing that I was doing on Tumblr, only limiting myself to posting the. Yeah, as I said, Tumblr is a great tool, Basically, any kind of worries, you can either post or you can just type away your problems, and it's all wonderful and happy and just so brilliant. Also, yes, I am aware that I'm losing my train of thoughts really quickly. Yeah. I wish I could make it more interesting for anyone who's here, but to be honest, I don't know what the YouTube guidelines are, and I don't know if literate is acceptable. So you should just be happy that I put on a pretty dress and let my hair go loose. So I really don't know if anyone who's like coming and going from here was expecting actual porn, since it's YouTube. So it all has to be PG friendly. Also, I think I mentioned that I will be just cooking, although I'm not sure. Never mind. I'm glad that you're here, DA31997. It feels nice to talk to someone. But yeah, I do have a stable job, and my income isn't that small in let's say the great scope of Polish salaries. Let's say I am a manager after all, and I am working for a big media company, and I have my own business technically. So I should really be able to, live comfortably on my own and get my shit together and just live and thrive and stuff like that. But there are the loans, which are absolutely crazy. And they're stressing me out. Also, I am an entitled and spoiled brat, so I need a pretty apartment with a huge kitchen and preferably a lovely bed where I can shoot porn. So I can't just take a room or a ugly flat. Because as I said, I am spoiled. I am spoiled to the bone. And that's why I am stressing out in a really crazy way. He will be sending me money because I took all those loans for us, for our future, for our life, and stuff like that. And he, even though all that happened, I still believe that he cares for me. So yeah, he will be helping me. And if he actually ends up helping me, I will actually be saving a lot of money. It's almost as much as some people earn in a month. But if he stops helping me, I will be screwed. I will be so screwed. And that's why I am trying to find money in all places that are possible. I am still kind of not entirely sure about compromising my comfort and I don't really want to go back home from work into a miserable small apartment that's just empty and be too depressed to do anything. Like I want to have a safe space at least. So I'm not yet able to compromise the price of the flat in sake of saving money. I'm looking for additional jobs. Like as I said, I can handle myself. I am a competent young adult, hopefully, with a lot of experience in my CV. So how did I get into Feedism in the first place? Yeah, that's a good idea to change the topic from just me being miserable and depressed and wanting to die. I will first answer the second question because it's more faster. OnlyFans works in a way that you pay a monthly subscription that will be $15, like 1 and 5, so a little bit more than 10. And for that price, you get to see everything that I will be posting there. So basically, I am planning on doing at least 3 legit photo shoots a week and at least one video a week, all not safe for view and all very lovely. And you will help me choose the topics of those videos. So yeah, that's how OnlyFans works. It's a monthly subscription for everything that I will be posting there. And I feel like it's a simpler way of dealing with stuff than Patreon, let's say, where I have to set up tiers, or clips for sale, where I just have to sell individual videos. And going back to the Feedee question, I have no idea how I got into it. To be honest, I am not even entirely sure if I am into it. As in, my relationship with this fetish is very complicated. When I was little, you know those children shows like, I don't know, Totally Spies or Courage the Cowardly Dog, or even Clifford the Big Red Dog. I don't really know if that's how it translates the show's name. Sometimes there were episodes where the characters would gain weight or basically be chubby or fat. And it made me feel very weird. It made me feel some very intense feelings. It was around when I was like 6 or 7, and I remember that I used to play with a friend of mine that we were pretending to be puppies that were kept in a laboratory and fed to the point of immobility. So yeah, that's how that started. It was just a pure fascination with weight gain. But at the same time, when I grew older and like I've started becoming I started getting interested in boys and stuff like that. Yeah, that was the episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog where they were eating. In Polish, it was pudding, but I guess it was a flan in English. Just let me check my dinner a little bit more, because it was supposed to be about cooking. So once I got older, like I was like 12 or 11 or 10 years old, basically when I transitioned from being 6 to being 8, I started to feel like I should be really ashamed of liking those kind of videos and cartoons and stuff like that. So it basically went away for quite a while because I was ashamed to watch them and to admit to anyone that I like things like that. Because in Poland, you can be a vile, awful, disgusting person, but it will still be better than if you were chubby. We really don't like chubby people here. And even like skinny girls that are like, I don't know, 60 kilograms, I have no idea how much that is in pounds, they are considered chubby. And they hear from people, you would be pretty if you lose weight. So yeah, Poland is a post-communism country, and we are taking in the Western influences very late. So the anorexic culture is still thriving here. And so I basically tried to hide my interest of gaining weight and chubby people when I was a kid. But then Then came the puberty and the eroticism and masturbation. When I was 13, I played with myself for the first time, and it was to a video of, I think it was Imogen Eyes on YouTube. And then it just spiraled down. I was absolutely fascinated by the whole idea. I was hiding it very dearly. Like my parents knew that when I was like, I don't know, 15, my parents knew that I was into BDSM. Everyone knew that I was into BDSM, but no one knew that I liked chubby people because I was too ashamed to tell that to anyone. The first time I said that to anyone was when I was 20 years old, I think. And it was a very dear friend of mine who was very accepting of anything sexual. So that was the first time. And I basically I knew that I like it. Uh, I never thought about it for a longer period of time because I was ashamed of thinking about it. And then came Tumblr. I was in a very bad place. To be honest, I'm in a very bad place for more like 3 years now, I think. When I went to the college, on top of the depression that I already had, I developed a serious social anxiety. And my now ex-boyfriend, he had a peculiar view of mental health. He thought that depression is caused only by me and myself, and I am the fault of it. And if I just change my mindset, it will magically go away. And he was the same about my social anxiety. So I learned to keep all those bad feelings inside me. But they affected me a lot, of course, because they always do. So when we got together, I was skinny. Hi, Nick. When we got together, I was skinny. I was weighing a little bit over what was my lowest weight, but I was weighing like a solid 65 kilograms. It really wasn't much. I have no idea how much it is in pounds. Let me check that, just so, I don't know, future people who will watch this transmission can know that. 65 kilogram to LBS. I was weighing 143 pounds. At my lowest, I was weighing 120 pounds. And to be honest, even when I was weighing 120, I still heard, you would be pretty if you'd lose weight. That kind of gives you the image of how fucked up Polish society is. So when we got together, I was skinny and I started to live my life anew away from my very restricting mother. And I was eating a lot. I love food. My relationship with food is very complicated. I love to cook, I love to eat, but I hate to be unfit for society standards. So I gained a lot of weight. I was barely leaving my house because of my mental problems. At the worst, I was just staying in bed the whole day, not bathing, not brushing my hair, eating anything I had in my fridge, which was mostly pasta with mayo and eggs. And so the weight started to pile up and it made me feel even worse. And I tried to lose weight, but he would never actually allow me to put on a discipline on myself because he thought that food equals happiness for me. It is, but it also made me feel really miserable. So eventually I decided that since I can't see myself as pretty and worth anything, maybe if I will see that other people see me as pretty and worth anything, maybe I will adapt that worldview. And so I started Tumblr. And I saw that there are so many amazing people in this community, and you're all so helpful to each other. And I knew that I can always count on you. And it was just great. It really made me feel much better. And I finally accepted the fact that it's okay to like chubby people. It's okay to find both chubby females and heck chubby, to find obese males and females attractive. It's okay. It's all right. I finally understood that, and I stopped being afraid of that. I had a lover when I was 19 or 18 or 7. I think it was 18. Who was obese. At that time, the selling point of men for me was long hair. If you had long hair, I would just skip anything else. You and I were going to bed. Done. So I overlooked the fact that he was obese for his long hair, and we were talking really great, and stuff like that. So we were hanging out, and it was nice. But at that time, I was ashamed to kind of play with him, be with him. I was terrified that someone might see me with him, because you can't go out with obese people. It's just not how things work in Poland. And to be honest, now I really regret that I was ashamed to accept that, because he was really hot. Now that I think of it, I would smother my face in his belly so hard. So yeah. And since I've been more active on Tumblr, I accepted my weight more. I actually gained a little bit more. As you know, at my highest weight, I weighted, I think, at my highest, I weighted almost 250 pounds. Right now it's lower. It's around 212, I think. I am not entirely sure. I am still very conflicted about my weight. The idea of gaining and counting calories, not to hate myself, but to love myself and to make myself grow, is really something that gets me a lot. But at the same time, especially now, since I am alone, I am aware that if I gain any more weight, I would be deemed undateable in Poland. And I don't want that, because I need someone to take care of me. I can't be lonely, because I don't deal with loneliness very well, even though I don't have any friends. I would love to have a Feedee. Either male or female, I swear. As you've seen before on my Tumblr post, I went to Scotland and I met with a very dear friend of mine. He helped me through all of this. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be talking to you now. He was always there for me, and yeah, he really means a lot. I will get to the question, will I ever move out of Poland, in a second. I just want to finish the topic of chubby guys. He is chubby. He is, from what he said, he weighs something between 300 and 400 pounds or more. And I absolutely loved every second of it. It was the first time when I enjoyed my time with a chubby man, and it was magical. I was still very shy. I was so shy. I was 1 second I was just smothering my face into his belly and grabbing him and loving him and having all the fun, and then I would run away and scream that I shouldn't be doing that. It's wrong. It was just very confusing. So I am learning still to accept my fetishes, and I really hope that all that bubbling and the way I communicate on Tumblr will help other people with that, because I know the struggle and I really don't want anyone else to struggle like that. Would I ever move away from Poland? I am terrified. I am absolutely mortified on the thought that I will forget how to speak my language, or that I will start to speak it with an English accent. It literally freezes the blood in my veins. I have no idea why, but for some reason, this miserable, awful country is super important for me. My family has a very long history connected to our country, and my family and my history and my heritage are very important to me. And I do think that I am a patriotic person. And because of that, the thought of not being able to speak Polish anymore is killing me. But as I said, I've been for a period of 5 or 4 days, I don't remember, in Scotland. I was welcomed incredibly well. And his whole family was really welcoming. It was at Easter. I felt more at home than spending Easter in my actual home. I felt more accepted and surrounded by family than being surrounded by my actual blood relatives. And he was working for most of the days, so I spent a lot of time with both his mother and his sister and his dad, and they helped me a lot. They told me that they know people who came to England from Poland, and that they've been living there for years now without any other Polish people around them, and they're still speaking perfectly fine. They haven't forgotten their heritage, and it's only up to me if I will or not. So yeah, I am slowly accepting the thought of moving away to England. Moving away to USA or Canada or anything that's further abroad is still mortifying to me, mostly because of my cats, because my cats love me and I love my cats, and especially Housie, the black and white one, she won't be able to live without me. She loves me so much, it would really be impossible for her to live without me. Even though I always, maybe I will just, oh, it was lovely seeing you. I DA free. Thank you for sticking for so long. You can watch it later when you're back from work. And yeah, I knew you're here, so I had to say Canada. As I said, my plan was always to be a happy wifey with a stable job and family life and setting up, family and building home and planting trees and stuff like that. That was always my plan. I wasn't actually preparing myself for anything else, to be honest, because I feel like it's kind of I I just trusted him. I trusted him that he would stay and my life would look as we were planning it to look. But I always had a lot of backup plans at the back of my head. Sorry about that. None of those plans ever involved immigration. The absolute plan when everything just goes to shit and I have absolutely no other opportunities of finding a job or getting a life or anything like that was to work on cruise ships. It's kind of like immigration, but not really, because I would always go back to Poland and my plan was to earn money and buy something for my own here and then get back to working, like basically, I don't know, any other regular job. None of those plans ever involved immigration, going away from my country. And that's why it terrified me so much, the sole thought about it. Because if I don't plan something, I freak out. You had no idea how stressed I was before pressing start streaming, because it was just so spontaneous. It was difficult. But I'm here. I jumped into the cold water and I guess I have to do the same now. My plan currently is to focus on my job, the real job. Preferably find some other clients because I have to save as much money as I can to be safe. And that's why I'm also starting OnlyFans, because, as I said, if he stops helping me, I will be screwed. I have no idea how will I deal with that. But yeah, that's why I am starting OnlyFans. If you're wondering what your money will be going into, it will be food. You will be able to actually feed me. And one of the things that the OnlyFans subscribers will have access to is helping me set up my weekly meal plans. So yeah, you will be helping me figure out what I have to eat. You will be paying for that, so you will decide what I'm eating. Although I will have to, let's say, just give you some options, because I know my budget. My budget for food is 650 zlotys. It's a little bit over $300 a month. And the thing I'm cooking right now is potatoes, cabbage, onion, and sausage. All those ingredients are really cheap. I think that the whole pot will last me at least 3 days. Costs around 10 zlotys, which is, or probably less, which is like $4, $3. So basically $1 a day for dinner. So yeah, you will be paying for my food if you decide to help me, which will be very much appreciated. And you will get to see all the nude and exciting content the type of content that I've been posting before, and more. I swear you will have a lot of control over what I do. I can even ditch my diet for a few stuffings if you're very persuasive. So yeah, my plan now is to focus on my job and save as much money as I can, find a safe place for the next year, and then I will see what the life will bring. Because I need the second person to move on. I can't really see myself being alone for a longer period of time because I am a little baby girl, a little kitten who needs her master and needs her daddy. So, yeah, I will just wait for a year and then we will see. Worst case scenario, I can always just hang myself. Apparently, when you die by hanging yourself, because of you suffocate, the bloodstream doesn't actually deliver oxygen into your mind. I shouldn't really be talking about that. If you're struggling right now, like I do, if you're depressed and you feel like you have no hope in the world, there is hope. Just give it time. You can see the hope now, but it is somewhere there. I know it's an awful thing to say, but when you actually think about that, people have been through much worse and they pulled through. So why shouldn't you pull through? It's there's no point of loathing in sadness and helplessness because it won't change your situation. You have to just do basically anything else that will push you forward. Get something to do, get something to eat, clean a little bit, look for other opportunities to extend your abilities, like learn something new, but don't just sit there and cry because it will get you nowhere. And I can guarantee that anything else that you will do will push you further. And most of all, remember that you're never alone. There are always people who care about you. And even if you think that there are no people that care about you, there's always me. And I promise I care about you because I care about everyone who actually takes time to look at me and interact with me and stuff like that. You don't even have to interact with me. If you've seen me, I care about you. And I am always here for you, and you can always write to me, and I will always try to help the best I can. Yeah. We've all had problems like that. I am pretty much sure that we've all been in places like that. But there's always a way. If he stops helping me, I will find a room and then I will actually afford to pay off his loans on my own. If I lose my job, I will move to the UK and find any other job because minimum wage job in the UK pays more than my fancy job in Poland. You have no idea how angry it makes me. But yeah, if there's always a way. There's always a way. And if you actually feel like there's absolutely no other way, then just do anything else that you ever wanted to do. Move to the big city, become a full-time whore, and die of drug addiction. At least you will have fun doing it, and it will give you more time to see that it's actually worth going on. You really shouldn't be listening to me. I am a very bad person to give advice on topics like that. Yeah, and I know that the jobs in Canada probably pay even more. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure. I would have to check that. Yeah. Also, as I said, moving to Canada or US or anything on the other side of the ocean is absolutely terrifying. The Trip Airlines doesn't provide animal transport, So I would have to buy a super fancy ticket to move my cats, and it will be a long flight, and I don't know if they would be able to make through it. So I know that a lot of people immigrate abroad. I am Polish. I know those people, and I know that we have a lot of them. So I know that it's not something impossible, but it's difficult. And as I said, moving away from my heritage, moving away from my bloodline is scary. And my cats. You have no idea how those buggers complicate lives. Ugh. Mindfulness. I guess it seems like a very trendy word on Instagram. Mindfulness. Of course, I've heard about mindfulness. Or is it like a job program or something like that? Because I think I've heard about stuff like that as well. I'm not sure. Sorry. Also, someone is writing to me on Facebook. I have to check that because it might be work. It wasn't work. But it's okay. Well, to be honest, it was partially work. Yeah. The food is almost done, to be honest. I should check the potatoes. The stew is absolutely lovely. It's a very typically Polish thing, I feel. It has kielbasa, it has potatoes, it has onion. Polish is a onion nation. We literally call ourselves an onion nation. So I will show you how does it look like in a second. In case you're wondering what ingredients go there and in what quantity, I just eyeball everything because I just can't be bothered. So I just know that this pot has around this capacity. So yeah, you basically just cook all the ingredients in water with spices until the potatoes are cooked through. Mm. Yeah, that's true that the best recipes are felt. And you have Italian heritage, so you know that the most. I feel like eyeballing recipes is a typical Italian nana thing to do. Yeah, it's done. Oh, hi! My wolf is here. And good morning to you too. I hope you slept. I hope you slept well. We're ending, to be honest, slowly. Although you can rewatch the whole thing once it ends. So come goes to anyone who joined us at this point or something. And since it was supposed to be a meal prep, I will divide it into 3 or 4 parts. We'll see. And that's how it looks like. Well, I almost spilled. I did spill a little. But yeah, basically a potato kielbasa stew, which is lovely. Please give Sophie a kiss from me. I think I know which Sophie it is, and she's an amazing girl. So Yes, Nick, you know Dave. We've been playing D&D. We've been trying to play D&D. So yeah, I actually my closest range of friends basically boils down to D&D. Which is funny because the bitch that caused my breakup was really into RPGs as well. I'm so glad she didn't end up making me hate D&D and all the stuff. Never trust foxes. A PSA from the unicorn that has covered her skin in foxes. We didn't leave you dead. We were just it wasn't in a cave. It was in front of the cave, and you were short resting. Yeah, I know she did some art of my fox. I mean, to be honest, saying my fox sounds awful right now because that's how I used to call her. But yeah, I know what fox you mean. The one on my side, the nice fox, the fox that would never betray me and stuff like that. I really hate that bitch, to be honest. Oh god. And yeah, that's lunches sorted out for the weekend, which is lovely. I really like to meal prep. Like, I feel so proud of myself. Lately, I've only spent 50 zlotys on groceries, and it lasted me a week. So I'm super proud of myself. I think I will get myself a bubble tea as a reward later on this week when I get my salary. Finally, hopefully. It's really hard living with no money. It's so uncertain. I'm trying to sell basically everything I own that I don't need. Sorry about that. The scratching noises. I know everyone hates them. I am trying to sell my fancy designer shoes because I can't wear heels anymore, so I don't need them anymore. I am trying to sell all my fursuit supplies because I won't have any more space and time for doing craft things. At least not on that scale, not on the scale of fursuiting. So I have to sell both my fur and the pre-mates that I did. And no one wants them. I've already sold a cat toy and a sewing mannequin. I also have a weaving board that I'm trying to sell, but no one wants it. And yesterday, my electricity went to shit, so I had to pay the electrician. And I'm just broke. And you know what? Comes in almost exactly a month. My birthday. I will be 24 in a month. And it feels awful. I wish I could fatten up, but then I would be deemed undateable in Poland, so I won't, probably. Unless a feeder steals my heart, because then I just won't care. I will give away my life to him, and you can do whatever you want with me. You can make me immobile, I wouldn't mind. But for now, I shall be dieting. I will still be chubby for a long period of time because I swear losing all this won't be easy. Yeah, you too, take care and stay safe. I love you. Thank you for coming and stuff. To be honest, I think I will be. Do you want me to keep talking while I'm eating, or can I eat in loneliness? From the lack of better word. For now, I will just move the setup from the kitchen to the living room. Also, if that's not the cutest egg basket you've ever seen, I have no idea what other egg baskets you've seen, but it's absolutely lovely. I love it. And you can fill it with eggs on OnlyFans. No, I'm sorry, but really, eggs are the base of my diet. I can't live without eggs and mayo. Eggs and mayo. So basically, whipped up eggs. So just eggs. Eggs are love. Eggs will never betray you. Eggs will always be there for you. Also, sorry for the mess in my apartment, but I am moving, as you can see somewhere. Yeah, there is one box, and there are the other boxes so far. So yeah, I'm trying to pack my stuff somehow. And there are my cats. Say hello. Yeah, they're not very high on saying hello. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we will be ending it here. I hope you liked it. And if you came here later on, like if you're rewatching it from the archive for some reason, weird person, tell me if you want me to do more stuff like that, if it's interesting to you at all. Because I might, I can, I want to, if you want to. But if it's not something that you like, then I will just not do it. So yeah, tell me what you thought about it. Later on, I might do the cooking stuff with a more interesting outfit, for example. Like maybe something that's a little bit too tight, or maybe a cosplay, or maybe something slightly more revealing. I will read the guidelines and we will see if I can like put up on a corset and an apron, and then we will see. So yeah. And if you want the uncensored stuff, I will probably eventually be on Chatterbait as well. So it was lovely cooking with you. I hope to see you again later on. And yeah, I guess I will see you back on Tumblr. Bye, I love you.